So what's the first thing you think of when you see this day?
I kickflipped the street gap with this board. It was my first time I did a kickflip over a street gap. Then Ali Asha, he hooked it up. He was so savvy with graphics, and he pulled out the Jim Kelly. And this was rad too, because it was around the time I think when Wu-Tang was hitting pretty hard, and references to martial arts and martial arts movies were coming back.
The Tattoo Connection.
How'd you get hooked in with American Dream?
Damn, how'd that happen? I think Mike Hernandez gave me a call, and he was explaining to me about it. It's either that, or I remember bumping into Ali Asha in Boston. I met up with him one night, and we went to this reggae club, and he was telling me what he was doing and stuff. And I was stoked. It was one of my favorite crews of all time to be a part of.
It had a great small company vibe.
Yeah. It was like just a roster of guys, and like I said, Ali Asha was real savvy with his ideas and graphics and stuff. So it was always like a treat when the board came out, because he was so passionate about it, and it was always something that we were looking forward to see what he was going to do next. Yeah, because this was around the time when it became American Dream Unit. Before it was ADI, American Dream Incorporated, and then he was big into making it a unit. Look at that, that was before G Unit.
You just skate that shape?
Yeah, it would. It's not that bad now. It's just small, but I remember it had a long wheelbase, so it made it easier to drift the kickflip longer.
Did you have any input on this graph?
No, I didn't. Once again, it was a surprise, and I was super stoked out on it. And I didn't like the shape, but I think at this time I was skating vert, so I used it as a vert board. So I was padding up and skating vert ramps. So it was wide enough, and it was a good vert shape.
Is that at ZT Maximus?
Yeah, it was at ZT Maximus. And then I was stoked on this quote: "A man who won't die for something is not fit to live." It was pretty heavy, and back then I have a skate graphic that's touching on this subject. And the picture's rad too, because it totally looks like he's just he's such a burden on his shoulders. And it was weird, because he always gave me kind of like these heavy graphics. The Black Jesus and MLK, Marcus Garvey. But I was stoked, man. No one in skating was doing anything like this. And then you can see that American Dreamer. That's pretty sick. I still kind of run the Dreamer thing a lot. Yeah, it's funny, because I designed the Theories hops board. It reminded me of this too.
Did you have a favorite graphic from when you were on American Dream?
The Black Jesus one's probably my favorite. Yeah.
All right, why don't you hold it up?
This is from Infamous, and I remember Mike Failer came up with the series. I think it was called the Origin series. Somewhere along the line, my descendants were enslaved from Africa, and it was interesting because when he did this graphic, I was looking at it, because I was like, damn, some of my ancestors most likely came from the West Coast, along that coastal area. So it was kind of interesting. And it has a continent of Africa, and it's like a map and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. I never rode the board though. I didn't like the shape of the graphic that much, but because I had my face on it, I couldn't ride a board with my face on it. But Infamous was dope. It was fun. It was cool. We were trying to do it. I think Ben Liversedge had England, and I didn't know his family was originally from the UK. And then I think Mike Hernandez might have had Cuba.
How'd you get hooked into the infamous?
Mike Hernandez. He gave me a call and he mentioned to me what they were trying to do and asked me if I wanted to be down. I was stoked. Wow, this board's still straight too.
Do you have a favorite graphic? It doesn't even have to be one of yours, but like from the 90s.
There was the Geno Gravediggers board. Also the Genius Geno one. Those are the ones that popped in my head because I rode those ones too.
Did you get Borson 101 in?
Yeah, I was loving those boxes for sure. There might have been there was another board. I think it was a Paulo Diaz, and it was a drawing of a praying mantis, I believe. And that board was pretty sick. I think Paulo Diaz's brother drew the graphic too, because I remember meeting up with him when we both skated for Adidas, and I remember telling him that, and he was like, yeah, my brother, I think his brother drew the graphic. Yeah. This was the first graphic on television, and then I reissued it for the first graphic for Hop Skateboards. Ed mentioned to me that they wanted to give me a board, and he was like, hey, you know, like, he put some paints and stuff in my hand. He was like, yeah, just do it. And I remember I drew this letter J from scratch. Just that whole process of doing it myself and taking that leap of faith and like trying to create it. So when I started Hops, I wanted to do that because this was like, it was just like a letter J on a board. And I figured I wanted to do it before like Javante or someone else with the letter J did it. And it was just like simple and easy to do and stuff.
Do you still have a copy of your first board?
Yeah, the shape's crazy. Woo! Oh my gosh. But yeah, I still got one upstairs. Yep. What a great name too, Underachievers.
So what do you remember about filming for Underachievers?
It's funny because I just did an interview recently with Chris Mulhorn, who's doing a project on this here. And he asked me the same question. So I kind of spilled the beans a little bit. It was the first time I got caught skating Copley Square. And it was a guy named, we called him Fat Cop. And he could never catch us. And during the filming, I kind of let my guard down. And just two guys just grabbed me, and they were plainclothes cops. And that was the first time I got caught ever for skating the Copley Square.
Did you feel any similarities between like this part and your Static 4 part, like in the actual filming process of it?
I'd say just hanging out in the streets, and you know, it wasn't driving around. I think that was probably it because we were just like catching the train around and kind of just going to spots. And it was more like real street skating and not like driving to spots with like mad heads in the car. And it was similar in that way. 40 minutes, 1995. Damn, that was a good buy.